Hello and welcome to FPL Weekly. And it's a bit of a delay again, thanks to me. So, Chairs, feel free to
Two reasons.
me again.
Two reasons. We are with Mr. Worldwide.
I am away again.
That's enough.
I am. Well, you can't fault the commitment. I am in a Portuguese hotel room here, being recorded for FPL Weekly. So, just because I'm on holiday doesn't mean I can't pod. So,
Nope.
Yeah, we've got a couple of weeks to talk about because I'm useless and slow and always on holiday. But that's fine. We're just not, FPL Weekly, it's not quite weekly, but that's fine. Our fans know that anyway. And we firstly want to talk about not the week just gone because we're recording on Monday.
And
we want to talk about the week before.
The same reason why you didn't do it was
I was so
grand total of
21 points. Mate, some people got worse. Some people got 11,
20.
8, 9.
Yeah, I know, but I'd hope that
good
you're
players.
not complete. Oh, don't give me good players.
As is a content creator that gets a lot more views than us, and he got 11.
Yeah, just because I could get my arse out and we could get a load more views.
Probably not. A load less views.
What? Less than.
So anyway, I've got a question for you. Do you recall a week? Now look, you got lucky because that's what you did. But
What the fuck? Lucky. Look, right? Okay, we'll go through lucky, but it's okay. Yeah,
do you recall a more dramatic / worse week ever? I don't. Romero red card. Adam, 3-game ban. Doggy, quite a few people have red card. But Haaland against Bournemouth gets drugged up at half time with an injury, blank. Against Bournemouth at home, some have triple captained him. Salah.
And if you would have seen the results, would have said if you would have seen the results without seeing the points, you would have probably said that an average of around about 60 points would have been on offer. So for the average to be 32, it was mental. I agree with it being mental, and I agree that there was people who got red cards. So Romero and Doggy, they are a lot of very popular picks, and
Madison
then the other people like Porro, Cash,
Porro 0. Cash conceded 2 goals and got dragged off after 58 minutes with 0 points.
Yeah. So and then Simicast not starting was obviously
didn't start.
But
it was just a scarily bad week.
I mean, it was a scary bad week, and given the fixtures weren't terrible, like we're staring down the barrel of game week 13, and those fixtures on paper look horrendous for an awful lot of FPL managers because a lot of your team play each other. So So
Madison got injured as well. That was actually quite a good thing for us because neither of us have him. He's very highly owned. But that was another potential banana skin. And then Sod's Law had Diaz, who I don't start because of everything that's gone on, which you could never ever predict. And he scores. Comes off the bench and scores. And he's the first on my bench. I've got a lovely knack of having my first sub score points. It's really, really annoying.
Yeah. So my game week 11, which was a terrible week for a lot of people, was 41 points. I did get, I'm not going to say lucky because he's been in my team,
which was nice.
Johnston and Bruno were my big point scorers. And
Bruno was nice. Did you see the goal?
Yeah, it was lovely. It was great.
What were Fulham doing?
They've
tried to clear
it
3 times, and then it's the luckiest thing I've ever seen. Injury time.
Yeah.
I've never seen anything like it. And he's a differential.
But he's a differential because
he's not a terrible option. I would say that. I've said that before.
I don't think he's a terrible option, and he's a piece of Man United, and I don't know if you know, but Man United in the last 6 weeks are the most informed Premier League team. So,
Yeah.
and I'm not saying that they're in form because they're scoring loads of FPL points, because they're not. They're winning 1-0 against bloody Luton. But what I am saying is that they're kind of. I just don't think it's a terrible option to have Bruno still in your team. It's not like if you kept hold of Rashford would be a terrible option to continue to have.
Yeah, he's Rashford has had plenty of chances, and no, I agree. Because Bruno's still on penalties, still on free kicks and stuff.
Yeah. So I got incredibly unlucky because I had Gordon as my first sub, which that would have really put the icing on the cake.
I was moaning, didn't I? Because if he didn't get booked, he gets another 4 points. So I think he went from 3-point bonus to 0 because of one yellow card, which is 4 points swing. So could have been worse, but at the same time, the goal was, I think it's fine. But obviously, a lot of people don't. So, but that was my only return in the whole game week was Gordon's goal.
Yeah, it was. It's
just a scary bad week. But the thing is, the bigger point is, I had a shocking week, and you had a good week, and the difference between those two scores is 20 points. That's the point. Most of the engaged managers last week had a bad week. The difference really in teams was 10 or 15 points, really. Whereas the high scoring weeks, the difference can be 30, 40, 50 points.
Yeah, people are saying that they've had a really good week this week with 70, and I've had 87, and it feels like a good week, but it doesn't feel like last week felt great because I got 41 and everyone else got in the 30s, whereas this week I've outscored people by 20 points, but they're still happy with what they got. So look, I agree with you. I actually don't think it was a terrible week for us as players, because people are going to switch off.
I agree. People are going to sulk and just quit. Rage quit. Pretty much.
Like game week 11 will probably, I think, out of them all so far, apart from like your game week 2s and 3s where there is there's a big drop off. Game week 11 would be quite a big drop off. Like I feel like it would have started here, gone like this, and then gone game week 11, drop again, just because people don't want to see your captain get 2 points, and they don't want to see people not return. So definitely. And moving, so then we both kind of didn't do much from a transfer point of view.
Yeah, no. So I just did. I did one, obviously, going into this week. I asked you, I was like, what am I going to do? And my initial plan was Palmer and Trips, but I kind of thought I don't really need to do 2. And the plan was I could just bench Palmer against City. But
I told you to do that.
Yeah, but
you would have benched
Trippier. But then I don't hate Trippier, but I don't think he's worth 7 million. Especially now when Newcastle got so many injuries.
He's not.
Did you watch I watched the Bournemouth game out here. Did you watch it?
Yeah.
Bournemouth should have won 5-0. Pope was man of the match.
Pope did save a lot. Yeah.
Pope made in that game. So they lost obviously 2-0. Pope made 8 saves. And they lost 2-0.
There was one
them,
really good save that I remember. Unreal. Yeah, there was a really good one at the end. Yeah,
there's a couple of pretty good. It should have been 4-0, and that's been feeling generous. So I think with Newcastle's fixtures, they're going to concede quite a few goals, and I don't. Yeah. For a £7 million defender, you want clean sheets, right? So he's not going to get an assist every week. So I just don't know if he's worth the 7 million. I don't hate him as an option, but I also don't love him as an option either. So anyway, then I decided, look, I don't need to make 2. I think once we got the Nketiah, he was training, so I thought he would start in a game against Burnley. I'm not going to take him out against the game against Burnley at home. And I only needed to really make 1 defender transfer because Cash and Porro were fine this week. And once we got the Cash news as well that he was fine, he obviously played in Europe a bit. Then I thought, fine, I'll just do 1, keep the 2. Like I've always said, 2 is very powerful. So then I decided, right, what's my 1 transfer? Well, I need to do a defender transfer. Dan Burn has to come out. Who's the best option? Has got a good game next week as well. Arsenal. going down to Arsenal. Who's the best option at Arsenal? Gabriel, Saliba. Do I think Saliba's 0.5 million better than Gabriel? Probably not. So I thought, do you know what? I might need that 0.5 million at some point. I'll go Gabriel. Saliba scores a header. Shark.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just what it is. But you can't control these things. Like I said, it's a header. It can happen to any centre back at any time. So, is Saliba a better header of the ball than Gabriel? I wouldn't say so. Gabriel's data is actually a little bit better. So, and I think Gabriel's 95% nailed. I know that.
Yeah, I would.
It's extremely unlucky if he gets dropped.
I've got some money in Saliba now, so I probably wouldn't change. But even on a wild, I
think it's partly that as well. I had him and took him out, and I hate having players and taking them out and bring them back. It's like two wasted transfers a bit. So there was a bit of that, but I think I expected.
But you took him out on your wild card.
Yeah,
you took him out. So
no, I took him out.
You shouldn't.
That. Took him out after. Took him out as a transfer. Took him out after. I think he got a clean sheet at Palace, and I took him out after that because I had a bad.
But that was the dead end. That was to dead end your team.
It was to dead end a bit, yeah.
So like you do need that. Yeah. That's a negative of the way that you play the game because of that. That kind of.
I just it was a close one, but
bias.
Is he worth the 0.5 for 5% more nailed? I just decided probably not. I got a bit unlucky. And the other thing was Johnston. Like I keep saying, I nearly picked in game week 1 and just left it too late. We left it with 5 seconds to go and it cut off and it didn't let me. So, and that's 30 points over Flecken, really. So anyway, enough of the whinging. So I did Gabriel for Burn and 2 points, but he's a good option going forward. We've got some fairly easy games, and where everyone has got a really bad fixture next week, he's got Brentford away, which isn't terrible. So
no. So I let a transfer roll because I wanted the 2 transfers coming into post international break, and then also a gentle reminder to everyone that I've still got my wild card in my back pocket, which I do want to thank James from FPL, Planet FPL. Mainly because he's on a similar strategy to me, and it's really helping because he's talking biasly about himself a lot, and it's helping me because he's talking about what he wants to do, and I would like to, if anyone is on that strategy, there was a really good pod last week about kind of fixture swings and dead ending your team and managing the game week 18 blank and stuff. So
it was very good.
Yeah, and I think what's really hard is the Brentford and City run is really good.
Yeah.
So you need
players. Just after.
Yeah, you need those players in there. However, obviously the blank is there. So
then is the free hit on the blank game week an option?
Well, we know that Thingy's doing it. He's 80% sure he's going to do it. Ben Crowley.
Okay.
Ben Crowley, he said.
And he's going Brentford before, and then he'll have Brentford after. He'll go City before, he'll have City after, and then he'll just free hit and make a really good team.
He's going 3 and 5.
Yeah.
Three City and 2 Brentford. So, that's. I think personally, it's not the strategy that I'm going to go for. I'm going to try and manage my way through it.
I can understand it though, because you can go to Brentford and City and have 3 each, arguably, for good fixtures. I know, double, and then just free hit in the blank.
But
I get it.
We do know that the later game week 30 something, the quarterfinals of the FA Cup basically is always a blank game week. Yeah.
37 is meant to be the big double, and I've used my bench before, so I have to do something.
So if we think about 37 as being a big double because of the quarterfinals of the FA Cup, now we like to own good players from good teams, right? So if you own 3 City, 2 Liverpool, 2 Chelsea, 2 Tottenham, and they all get to the quarterfinals, well, we're fucked, because then you've got a load of kind of players that are gonna blank and then are not gonna play. So I don't think that this is a big enough blank to need to do that. Like, if you said to me you're gonna have 11 players play, bare minimum 11 players play, then I'd probably be happy going into it.
Yeah.
I don't think I need a bench player, because I'm happy that it's a risk I'm going to take, because I know the upside later on down the line. The upside is that
you're right. I think that's probably fair. I can just understand.
I'm going to have 22 on a free hit with instead of 11 fixtures, I'm going to have 22 because I could, so, but
that's fair. The problem is as well, I've used my bench boost, so that's the only thing I can do in game week 37 is free hit, which I kind of like. It's kind of the reason why I did it, because rather than having 3 chips I need to think about when to use, I could just get rid of one, and it kind of semi paid off. But I had to free hit that week, but
that was my run up to game week 12. Game week 12 happened, as I mentioned just slightly before. Don't know if everyone heard it. 87 points.
I got 76, which isn't as good as yours, but still not bad.
No surprises there, everyone. I
was basically Saliba away, really,
and another.
And half of Johnston, something stupid like that. Not Johnston.
Well, Johnson got one. Johnson got one.
Simicast.
Slightly different point. Yeah, Simicast. You were a Simicast away.
Yeah, and I was sweet on Simicast for you. It just didn't work really for me. I kind of got it a bit late, and then do you know what? I would have brought him in, but the benching worried me.
Yeah.
Everyone said he was nailed, and he got benched from nowhere. It was like,
It was last week. Yeah. I did say that I would give you a hand job if he didn't play. So
I said I was pretty sure he wouldn't start because he started in Europe. So I said it reeked of Jota, Salah, Nunes, and you're like, I want you off if Diaz doesn't start.
Diaz didn't play in Europe. He didn't start.
He played 80 minutes. He played 80 minutes. He started and he played 80 minutes.
I think you are fake news.
Nope, I'm not.
Nope,
I checked.
Nope, you're not. Nope,
he started in Europe and got taken off for 80 minutes.
I don't know whether I would have offered the hand job if I would have known that.
But 80 minutes in Europe, mate.
I know he did. I just checked.
Right. Yeah, that's what I mean. That's why I was like.
That was I feel like I've been.
It was Gakpo, Diaz, Doak.
Yeah, it was. I thought it was Jota, Gakpo, Diaz. Jota, Gakpo, and Doak.
That's why I texted you and I said it stinks of Jota, Salah.
I know. Why did I not do that? Anyway.
I benched him anyway. I went with my gut and I was right in benching him. Yes, Nketiah didn't do anything anyway, but that Nketiah point for coming on didn't hurt me. Whereas for some people, it's killed them. If we get there'll be loads where Nketiah coming on has blocked them from Simicast.
Yeah, and it's brilliant.
Palmer.
But yeah. So I was sure that Simicast was going to play, given that he didn't, given he didn't play in Europe. So I was happy. That Saliba, obviously, crashing header was great. And then Salah and Haaland it was great. Do you know what? It was really, really, really good because obviously I was really happy about Salah, and then the one thing that I just didn't want to happen was Haaland outscore Salah. But I was happy when Haaland was getting his points because I did want his points because of the people that took him out, but I just didn't want him to outscore.
Haaland captain took me from him doing well against Chelsea, took me from a red arrow to a green arrow, really. And I know a lot of people have him, but he was fairly low captained, and obviously you have some non-Haalanders out there. So it paid the sensible ones, in my opinion, who have Salah and Haaland, and captain either one of them have paid off. Some of the you got this people out there that just go rogue captains. They were screwed this week.
Captain,
I've seen some Son captains. There was some Son captains. Bruno captain. Some crazy. I saw some Nketiah captain. The crazy ones.
Salah has got so many points so far this year. Yeah. His form is 10.05. That's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous.
It wasn't anti him. Just for me, it was a. So obviously, Ches captured Salah. I decided to captain Haaland. For me, it was from the expert point of view. It was a bit of a differential. There's not many weeks where Haaland captains a differential. And I didn't really rate Chelsea's defence. Knew he was fit. Knew he was going to start. And I don't have. I'm 100% faith in Haaland. Not 99, 100. Whereas I think a lot of people are like, oh, he's a bit expensive and he can have a blank game. He's unbelievable and he's one of the best strikers I've ever seen, behind maybe Henry. So I just think a lot of people are just a bit, for some reason, they want to try and pick hold of him because he's 14 million. He's a freak. He's having a bad season this season and he's still on, I'm not going to check, but still on 1 billion points. People think he's had a bad season. Look what he did at Old Trafford. Look what he did at Stamford Bridge. He's the definition of fixture proof. So, Chelsea away, 16 points. United away, what was that? Almost that. 16. So, it's just a good week to do it. Like I said, a bit of a differential. And yes, Salah did what he did, but at least I have him. Some people don't have him. But I think Salah, he's incredible. Is he the top point scorer in the game? He must be close to.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, he is.
Top point scorer in the game. And he is, 50% owned?
46.
46% owned. He's less than half the players have Salah.
I think it's just really hard for some people to have got Salah and and Haaland in. It has been quite difficult. So, but anyway,
he's gone up to 30 million now, and rightly so. I bought him at 12.5.
Yeah, I got him at 12.6.
Yeah, it's now 13.
I had him at the start of the season.
I'm more proud of my team value than I am of my points. 103.4 team value. Oh my god.
103.4.
103.4 is outrageous.
Mine is 101.8.
Which is pretty good. It's pretty good.
Considering wild-carded.
The wild card was about 1 million in squad value.
Yeah.
It was mad how well that went.
Plans. So I'm really happy with where I am. We were just discussing just before we press record was that it feels to me like there's a little bit of a swing, and it's a swing towards teams that not a lot of us have. So but they are crap teams. So Burnley have got a really good run. Brentford
I've got Charlie Taylor,
really
so I've got a little piece of that at 3.9.
Yeah,
and he's a player there that plays in a team that's got a good fixture run, and he's 3.9. So he's an enabler that I can have. He's got next week. Cash has got Tottenham away, and Charlie Taylor's got West Ham at home. I'm probably going Charlie Taylor.
Yeah, especially with the way Cash
There's no way Spurs don't. Yeah, there's no way Spurs don't score at home.
No. So and then Bournemouth have got a little bit of a decent run. Palace have got a little bit of a decent run. So Sheffield United have got 2 good fixtures. So and then obviously West Ham, which is Bowen is just paying me royally at the moment.
I do like him, but again I feel like I missed the boat. And I think if you actually look at West Ham's fixtures, from now they're not great. They've had some amazing fixtures. But from now, the next 2 are good. Burnley and Crystal Palace. But then they've got Tottenham away. Then it's okay, but they've got United. Look at their run from 18. They've got United. 19. They've got Arsenal away. 20. They've got Bournemouth, Brighton at home. Then it's not long till 23. United away. 24. Arsenal at home. So it's fine now. It was great. Now it's fine. I just feel like I've missed Bowen. I've missed Bowen's value. I've missed his fixture run. And I just feel like I've missed that boat now. And I feel like the problem is, like, we'll come on to this when I talk about future plans. There's midfielders that I want to bring in ahead of him. 3 straight away spring to mind. Bang on and spend so much time on Palmer again. You know what I think about him. He scored again. He's a great option from 16. From 40, their fixtures are pretty good. From 16, they're outrageous. Unbelievable value on penalties. Not only is he on penalties now, he doesn't miss them. So when people go, Cuckoo's coming back, so what? Take them off me. I dare you. I've got 4 out of 4. I scored one in the dying minutes against Man City. And how good was that penalty?
Yeah,
he ain't getting benched anytime soon, mate. He's a massive part of that team.
No, he is. I would massively agree that he has proven that he's not a benching option.
Key player for them. He's part of their. You could argue he's part of their turnaround.
Yeah, no. I don't think it's an argument. I think that's true. I am looking at him. Definitely looking at him.
Are they really going to take the penalties off him 4 out of 4? Really? Why would you do that?
The great thing for me about him, what I need to start thinking about, is those fixtures in game week 18. Who has really good fixtures?
Yeah.
So, for example, Cash is
Villa. That's
like,
the problem. So people are jumping off Villa because they've got a bad fixture run, but they're unreal in 18.
I know. So
I'm just doing Diaby. I'm keeping Watkins and keeping Cash. I'm just doing Diaby.
Yeah, I'm not going to come off Cash because of how good that fixture is, I bought a
4.6 and now it's 5.2, so I've got 0.6 locked up in him as well.
Yeah.
And going back to the midfielders, I think Palmer's a better option than Bowen. I think Mbumo from 14 is a better option than Bowen, and I think Saka I don't have as a better option than Bowen. So there's 3 straight away. So he's probably 4th, but there's 3 straight away that I'd prefer to have. But no, I agree with the fixture swing. We're creeping up to this blank, so we need to really consider it, and we also need to consider not bringing Asia Cup or African Cup of Nation players in, and then thinking, oh god, I've got to transfer out again.
But I can.
And that's a bit of time away. But
I can do that because of my wild card.
The plan for 18 is most important. But I agree with you. You can dead end a bit because you're wild card. But for me, I'm probably going to just have Mbumo and Haaland, and then just bench them. Then have one bench player.
I think it might be time for me to come off Bruno.
But when have they got? Oh, he's had Luton. Who have they got now?
United have got Everton away, then who turned it round a little bit.
It's pretty good.
Newcastle away.
After that, okay.
Chelsea at home.
Okay, that's fair.
And then
I think it's the Luton.
Then they have a Bournemouth.
I thought you can't go before that.
Then they have a Bournemouth at home fixture, and then they play Liverpool away. So I think it's a bit tricky personally. I think it's a bit tricky. He's got a lot of money dried up in him, really. So and
the thing is as well, he's not going to cost you because no one really has him anymore.
No.
So if you take him out and he scores, it's a bit annoying for you, but it's not really going to make a massive difference.
I mean, the only
Saka is a risk because if he goes off, we go down a rank. So, whereas Bruno's less of a risk.
The only other thing that I'm tempted to do is to come off Bell and go to Taylor because of the good fixture run.
Really glad I picked Taylor.
And then it's kind of I've got 2 transfers. I can roll over to 2 transfers next week, and then I've got rid of Bell, which the injury seems quite long term. So
same as me. I'm going to do same as me. I got 2 this week, but I'm only going to use 1. And then I'm going to do 2 next week, and it will be. I will 99% have Mbumo and Palmer in my team from 14 onwards.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
Mbumo's fixture run from 14 really quickly, and he's been doing really well, obviously, by the way, all season. Luton at home, That's outrageous. Brighton away, tough game, but we haven't kept a clean sheet all season. Brentford, then they've got Sheffield United away. Then they've got Aston Villa at home. I know Villa are a good side, but it's at home. Then they've got their blank. That's fine. I just bench him. Then they've got a double, including Wolves at home. Then they've got Palace away. Then they've got... So he's a hold. Then they've got Forest at home. So he's a hold until AFCON after that for me. Yeah. And then we've talked about Palmer. So I think those two are really outrageous options for their price.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like I said, I can just find a way to bench Bumo and Haaland in 18 and just make sure that the rest of my team is okay. I'm going to have at least 2 Villa against Sheffield United. I'm going to keep Gordon because he's got Luton. I haven't got many Liverpool and Arsenal, and that just is. It is what it is. Liverpool have got Arsenal. Is what it is. I won't have Diaz by then. I'm going to have 2 Spurs. They've got Everton at home. I'm going to have Palmer, who plays at Wolves. So, do you know what I mean? I'm just going to make sure that Burnley have got Fulham away for Charlie Taylor. So I may have to replace Lamptey by then because I can't afford to. Can I afford to have 3 blanks on my bench? Maybe.
But this is what I mean. I don't think it's a terrible thing to do.
As long as you've got 11 nailed.
As long as you've got 11 nailed. And that's where Charlie Taylor would be really useful, because for me anyway, to navigate that blank. So
yeah, it's interesting and it's tough because, like I say, Villa are a bad run now. People are jumping off, but you want them for 18. It depends on your strategy. Newcastle's the same. Their run is average, but then you've got a good game for 18. So you want to, depending on your strategy, I need to make sure I'm good for 18.
I don't always think about cash as a, like, when I look at Saliba, for example, I don't think about Saliba scoring a goal or getting an assist. I think about a clean sheet, whereas Cash plays so far up the pitch. And
you
also
he's underachieved. He's underachieved. Some of the positions he's got in is scary. So,
yeah, but
he's underachieved a bit.
Anyway, so we are currently in a international game. We're in an international break. Boo, yeah, boo.
But then after that, literally, there isn't one.
Well, there isn't. We're all done. We're
early
all done.
Jan. Till game week 21 is the next.
Well, the next blank is really for the FA Cup in the 3rd round FA Cup. So
the winter break is this the winter break from game week 20 to 21 is a bit of a winter break. But that's the next one really. But there's a good solid 8 or 9 game weeks now without one. Christmas, obviously, December period is scary.
And again, there's another reason for a Charlie Taylor because of the rotation, and like the chance of you using your 3rd sub is like 0.1, I think it was at the start of the season. However, if there's yellow cards are racking up for a lot of people, suspensions are happening, little niggly injuries like Nketiah's, then you can just play Charlie Taylor in half decent fixtures. And you know that you're going to get 2 points at worst 1. So it's I think that at the moment, but like I'm going to really leave it up to the last minute unless I hear about some people like Bell's going to go down again and Charlie Taylor's going to go up. Then I'd be very surprised if I don't leave it.
Yeah. So like I said, really quickly, future plans: 1 transfer this week, 2 transfers next week, and go from there. Like I said, midfielders are a priority. Diaby's going to come out from Bumo. Diaz is going to come out from Palmer at some point. The other one, I'm not sure yet. It'll either be a Lamptey move or maybe an Nketiah move. Just really quickly, Nketiah's got a bit of a knock. He came off the bench for like 8 minutes, but I think he's going to be okay. But it's more Jesus coming back. Jesus has been picked for Brazil during the international break, so we need to see if he plays. And the next game at Brentford away, can we guarantee you a start on Nketiah? Absolutely not. So we don't really want someone in there that's the second choice. So he is, but like you said pre-pod, he's done a job for us. We brought him in and he's got a hat-trick straight away. So he owes us nothing at all. but at the same time, you don't really want dead wood there hanging around when you can have Ferguson or a Wissa or Solanke.
Not Ferguson.
No, not Ferguson, because we thought he was nailed, but he's not.
Solanke really is the one with the fixtures.
Yeah. So yeah, he's a tempter. So yeah, there's the options. I was thinking Gordon to Saka, but Gordon is nailed. He's playing full stein. I don't massively rate it, but he's with the amount of injuries they have, he's so nailed. He's quite an important player for them now, and most importantly, he's got a good fixture in 18, and he's a good enabler. So do I need, like, Saka's such an interesting one because he's so highly owned. Do I need him? Am I really scared to death of him? No.
To be perfectly honest, that's my one player. When I take out Bruno, is I'll probably end up with Saka.
Yeah, no, that's fine. It's fine. Would I rather have, at the prices, would I rather have Mbumo and Palmer? Yes. Would. Saka's third in my queue in midfielders. So, and like I said, then they've got Liverpool on 18 away. So it's like, you know, I just don't need I just don't think. And then I'll have Gabriel, Saka, and Nketiah, all at Arsenal in game week 18, all at Liverpool in game week 18. So, do I need Saka in that run? Not sure. You know, and he's still playing. He's been ticking up. He's been ticking over. Ticking over, but he's not taken off. I don't feel like he's the type of player like a Salah that can just explode. And like I say, it's nothing against him as a player. I like him as a player, but you know, the last 5 game weeks, he's got 5-2, 6-5-0. So he's got 18 points in the last 5 game weeks, and these are games including Sheffield United at home and Burnley at home. And he's got 18 points in 5 game weeks. That's what, 3.5 a game. So is that scary? Is it explosive? Is he going to kill me? I don't think he will. I don't think he will. So I'm not saying he's not someone that can come into my team. Of course he can, but you know, he's got 30 less points than Salah so far this year. Yeah, that's where I am pretty much, mate. That's pretty much where I am, and I'm happy where I am. Yes, you're doing really well, and that's good because we're 1 and 2 in the league that we've got this money for. The GTF.
GTF, baby.
Chase is 1. I'm
We're
2
coming for you
for a grand first prize, so that's looking good. Hopefully, we'll keep ticking over on that. More importantly, FPL Weekly. Obviously, this is FPL Weekly, and you're not top. Who is that? He's on 799. Wow, that's an outrageous score. Salah captain, Haaland, Simicast, 85. He's on 799 points. Wow.
Yeah.
And there's a you're 771, and there's a 765. Goodness gracious. So yeah, anyway, Minkolenko, that guy. Back-to-back goals.
I know. I'm hunting him down. I'm hunting him down. But like he's making some really clever choices, to be perfectly honest. From when I've seen who he's got in, like this week he got rid of Maddison and brought in, who did he bring in? It looks like Gordon. Like that's sensible because Gordon's playing up top and all this kind of stuff. So it's like he's making sensible moves. Like the week before he got 14 points. Yeah. So fair do some.
Well, let's just hope he doesn't want golf lessons for life, eh?
Aiden Shakir. Like I hope he's in like Mongolia or something because I've promised them face to face as well.
Is that what you've done? Have you? Is that what you've
done? Yeah. It's in the T's. It's in the T's and C's.
Is it? I need to see these T's and C's. To be fair, just in case any potential lawsuits when I refuse to give unlimited golf lessons for life.
It's tattooed on my arse crack. Like
we don't want to see that. We don't want to see that. At FPL Weekly on your arse crack.
Yeah.
You would do that as well, I think. You would do that.
Perfect.
Good. And on that bombshell, we always seem to end on a bombshell. On that bombshell, we've got another smelly international week. Yeah. We'll probably do one more before the next game week.
Yeah, we might do a try and fit in a little quickie next week.
Yeah, we like to do something a little bit different in an international break. So we'll obviously do a little bit of a preview on upcoming. We could always do like a little bit of what's happened over the international break. Has there been any injuries? E.g. Andy Robertson last time. Bit of a preview as to the next game week, but also something a bit different, which we'll have a chat about. Last time we did tips or 2 tips each or something like that. So we'll do something a bit. We like to do something a bit different in an international break. So yeah, good to have a couple of weeks off. It's not really because I hate the international break. And like I said, we're both doing pretty well. I've had a couple of real stinky game weeks where you haven't really.
You've come back really well.
I've come back, yeah, and I'm still like
the wild card was incredible. Like I think
it was fine. I don't regret it.
I think you've come up 3 million places since your wild card.
Yeah, I don't regret it.
That's not bad, really. So right, perfect,
good.
Thanks for listening. See you on the other side.
Yep. See you next time.
Bye.